almost said the word. Meghan is a moron. But obviously, as you expect, they would not do that. But what I at least derive from her description of Meghan Markle is that she called her a moron in a different way. Let's take a listen at this video, even though I do agree with her on several points, but at the same time, I think Sky News, this host, she's actually a writer and a broadcaster. Her name is Esther Kirku. She made some big mistakes when she was talking about Prince Harry. But first part, she was right. Before I move on, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you're one of them, consider subscribing. We talk about the mainstream media, their narrative about Meghan and Harry, and we try to sometimes tell them what we people believe, because this professional TV media, Western media, mainstream media, they don't really want to say those words, or they don't really want to see things the way we see. Therefore, it is important for us to discuss their discussion, their narrative, and set it straight for all of us. Let's take a listen at this video.
Writer and broadcaster Esther Kirku. Esther, we understand that a bombshell documentary, a German documentary, will release soon about the Sussexes. What can we expect?
So we know that this is a documentary that was independently made. So there was actually no editorial input from the couple. And that has made people suspect that this will certainly ruffle their feathers, because the team that flew out, Ulrike Grunwald, who's responsible for this documentary and who was directing it, and her team of 5 others flew out to Montecito to speak to neighbors and local business owners and basically people that would have had some sort of run-ins with the Sussexes and can paint a more realistic picture of their lives out there after leaving the royal family. I mean, the actual documentary is titled The Lost Prince. So again, I don't think that's something that Harry would appreciate very much. But it's just going to look at the life of the Sussexes after they left the royal family in such a spectacular fashion. Now, we know that the German media and the German public more broadly were quite viewed sort of the whole Megxit scenario as quite negative. They thought it was completely disrespectful and it had sort of no regard for tradition or the expectations of the British public. But they seem to have warmed to the couple, particularly since, Harry's activities with the Invictus Games out there in, I believe, Dusseldorf. But again, this new documentary is going to shed a different light on the couple and their lives since moving to Montecito. Now, I'm not surprised the couple had no editorial input, because I'm pretty sure that if they did, they would want to present a certain image. I know that Meghan in particular is ready to release her sort of Netflix lifestyle.
Okay, it doesn't really matter what Meghan will release, because it will flop. People will not watch whatsoever because she lost credibility. The only people who will watch will be the morons, just like herself. Now, here is the thing, guys. This documentary, and I have said in my other video, would be a game changer, could be a game changer in terms of how people view Meghan and Harry living in Montecito, but I could be wrong. The reason I said it could be a game changer is because the documentary, their approach to it is very different. Because normally when we see documentaries on Netflix about Meghan and Harry, we see all the good things, and Netflix doesn't really give us actual accurate picture of what is going on inside the bedrooms. For example, I'll give you one example. In 2022, when Netflix was filming, Meghan and Harry, they took their kids away from the bedroom setup. Why? Because they did not want Netflix to show how they live. And we all know that these children could be invisible. They could be not biological children of Meghan and Harry, but that's beside the point. The point here is that the narrative, the whole scenario was controlled by Meghan and Harry. This time, they cannot. As she said, Esther, she said that there is zero input from Meghan and Harry in this documentary in terms of editing the whole show or the movie. I think they're calling it a movie. Therefore, we might end up seeing things that would make Meghan and Harry very angry and upset, because this documentary, this docuseries or the movie, it is claiming that we are independent, means we do not get influenced by Meghan Harry's narrative. We are not influenced by the monarchy. The monarchy is not paying, obviously. Nobody is paying for this movie. We are doing it on our own. If they claim that they are talking to the local neighbors about Meghan and Harry, how they live when they come out, how they behave, how they manage stuff in the neighborhood, I think we will see some truth that we will never see through Netflix documentaries. I have mixed reaction, but I'm on the side and I'm more inclined to believe that this docu-series is going to expose truth and is obviously going to ruffle Meghan and Harry's feather because, again, as Esther said, they have zero editorial input into this movie, unlike what we have seen through People Magazine, OK Magazine. Whenever Meghan travels, she takes her own paparazzi. Everything is highly, highly edited. Would we see something shocking this time? Is something I'm looking forward to. Let's take a listen to what she has to say about Meghan Markle, her business, how she failed in that miserably, and calling her almost worthless and a moron.
Series, something to do with her cooking. We know that she's been busy making jam, which is, groundbreaking stuff. I'm sure she's grateful to have left the royal family to do that. So again, this documentary is going to just paint a different picture of the couple and really see what they've been up to. And it'll be quite interesting. I know that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it, just to see kind of what they actually look like. I didn't think it would be particularly interesting, but definitely be a different perspective on the couple.
One thing I don't agree with her, where she said that Meghan selling jam is groundbreaking. I don't know. That's not groundbreaking. That is actually betting Meghan's brand. That selling jam failed so miserably, unbelievable. And I also want to really see some other stuff through this docu-series, which is obviously the existence of the children. Would they focus on that? Would be something we will have to wait and watch. But take a listen at Esther a little bit more, even though, again, as I said, I don't agree with everything she's saying here, but she does have some good input nevertheless.
Speaking of jam, and we understand Meghan is still struggling to finalise her trademark for American Riviera Orchard. What's the latest and what's her plan B?
Well, we know that she's actually asked for more time because the patent board basically asked her to within 3 months to reform the issues that they found with it, namely because she had the word America in there, and you can't actually patent geographical locations for obvious reasons. You could have brands that have America in there that probably are not representative of the US unless it's kind of unofficial duty, as well as I think the letter O in the word orchard was viewed as not an actual letter. It was seen as a bit weird, as like sort of a character. So she's had to do that. I think what's quite surprising, and what's surprised many business leaders who've commentated on this, is the fact that it just shows a complete lack of business acumen or experience. There is no professional in their right mind that would make such rookie mistakes. I mean, to struggle to accurately patent something and then to have to go back, ask for more time, even though she's been given 3 months. I mean, 3 months seems like a good amount of time. But she drummed up the hype, and she was sending celebrities jars of her jam, and she kind of, run before she could walk. And again, this is something that many business people just don't understand, how she could make such mistakes. Now, for the rest of...
So I think she's a little bit soft on Meghan Markle, Esther Kraku, simply because she says 3 months seems to be a good amount of time. No, it is not good amount of time. It doesn't seem like to be good amount of... This is actually more than enough. You don't give them even a month to fix things, unless they have so many mistakes that can be rectified for years. So Meghan Markle did not pay attention to nothing. And 3 months, why 3 months? She should be given maybe less than that to fix those problems. But the problem, the errors, the mistakes, there are so many that US Patent Office, the authorities, the trademark, they are completely baffled. They do not know how to move forward with this. Meghan Markle had absolutely zero idea even to find a name for the business, let alone finding products. Obviously, the products are horrible as the name itself, and now she cannot register this name because she's using a geographic location, and they are finding problem with the letters of the business name, not just the business name itself, even in the letters. The letter, as she mentioned, the letter O seems suspicious. Well, that is because Meghan herself, as she said, I am such a fraud. She's trying to scam people. She's trying to get away with all of these fake things and false information that she put in the description when she was applying for this business, that the U.S., the Patent and Trademark Office, they should fine her big time because of wasting their time.
But it seems pretty obvious she's not a business person. This is an actress. She's never actually run an organization. But even if she hasn't, even business people that don't have direct experience in what she's doing would have the good sense to have experts around her that know what they're doing. But it seems, again, like the kind of rumors we've been hearing about Meghan being a know-it-all and wanting things done her way seem to ring true, because only she could make this kind of mistake.
Another thing that I also want to point out, guys, is this. Meghan doesn't have any product. She doesn't have money to buy product, to sell product. Zero money. Recently, the reason I'm saying this is because recently Harry said to Meghan, stop with this arrow because this is costing us so much money, we're going to go bankrupt. Because of that, now Meghan is delaying registering her or patenting or trademarking her business name with the purpose of just delaying it so that people will lose attention and focus on her business. Oh, when are you going to launch it? When are your product going to be launched? And then she will be like, yeah, no business. People just forgot about it, and I'm not going to be launching any product because I don't have any money. And even if I launch it, I will have to borrow from bank, and I will be a complete disaster. She knows it. Therefore, she is trying to delay the whole the process, because 3 months, again, as I said, is more than enough. The 3 months that was given to her from U.S. authorities, this number, 3 months, is more than enough to fix all of this problem. Meghan doesn't want to fix it. She needs another 3 months. So how many months now you have? 6 months. After 6 months, do you think people will pay much attention to her product? Also, here is another thing. Meghan recently cried. She sobbed. She was upset. She was angry because people were giving her negative reviews and people were criticizing her business. She, according to a very close report, and this is true news from inside information, she was very, very upset. In other words, she already knows that this product, this brand, this business she is going to be launching is already a failure even before it is launched, because people don't like it. People are giving me negative reviews. If she had the confidence in her product, if she had the confidence in her ability to run this business, she would not be reacting like a child. Oh my God, people are giving me negative attention. No, you just showed to the whole world, you proved to the whole world that you can do it, and people's comments, their reviews, their criticism doesn't get under your skin. But this is Meghan Markle, a fake, complete fake and failure. And I think this Sky News reporter, she's not catching that.
Yeah, well, it will be very interesting to see what happens there. You would think that she would have advisors around her and that could have been avoided. But anyway, we will see where that goes to from here. Now, this week there's been a really interesting discussion around the Americanisation of Harry's accent. So here's Harry from 7 years ago and before he moved to the US, talking about his relationship with Meghan.
We met once and then twice, back-to-back, 2 dates in London last July,
yes,
beginning of July. And then it was, I think, about 3, maybe 4 weeks later that I managed to persuade her to come and join me in Botswana.
And here's a recent clip that has people noting a slight Californian twang.
All right, screw it, let's go. Let's do it. Dude, it's enormous. Is that your name? Does that say Jelly Roll?
No.
You put your name on my neck? Are you serious?
We get it.
Well, I mean, the way Sky News will explain this is not accurate. So basically, they will say, "Oh, because he used to be a prince who used to work for the monarchy, and he had to learn different accents and how people from different continents they talk." I don't think that is the main reason here. But nevertheless, take a listen at how Esther is explaining this accent change of Prince Harry.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that he's sort of mirrored the accent of the basically predominant population of where he is. I mean, I do think it's interesting. And I think it actually, many people don't know that it probably stems from his princely training. And what I mean by that is, when the princes were young and they were raised to kind of prep them for diplomatic duties and meeting foreign dignitaries and all the rest of the things that come with being a royal member, a member of the royal family, they're often taught to mirror the person that they're meeting, not just in terms of posture, but usually in terms of tone, accent. And these are these kind of slight subtleties that really kind of make the person that you're being introduced to, though you're speaking to, feel at ease. And I suspect that's something that's going on here. He moved to Montecito when he was almost 40, so he has a very solidified British accent. But I think it's something that's innate in him, and it's something that he does to try and make the other person feel comfortable.
No, it's not innate in him, for which he spoke in a different accent, Californian accent. It is because of Meghan Markle brainwashing him for so many years now. Who knows? Meghan Markle may have bullied him into changing his accent. She made him leave his family, ditch his own close pals, relatives, including his father and mother. She can do anything with this guy. She was playing with him. And so she was like, you have to speak like Californian because I'm telling you to do so. Number two reason is because, another way of explaining it is because Harry is losing relevancy. In UK, nobody wants him back. In California, he's not relevant. He cannot relate to people. Therefore, when he sees that, well, look, people are ditching me, I need to be like them so that I can mix with them, or maybe I can be more like them so that I can get even a job, maybe like I have one with better up the lifestyle, whatever it is. Harry is losing relevancy. Now he's changing his accent. It all adds up that this guy knows that his life is going to be lonely, very lonely, unless he changes his way of talking and all that. And again, the other explanation I give you guys is that Meghan was behind all of this, because Meghan Markle is a total fake. So when he's faking his accent, it is because of Meghan Markle trained him for so many years that if I can do it, if I can shed tears on my left eye and make it up, why can't you fake accent? He doesn't have to fake it. He doesn't have to change his accent at all. This is such a disgrace to the UK, to British people, that he is now ditching their accent. As a prince, as an individual, that is acceptable. But as a prince, that's completely repugnant for the people of UK. But nevertheless, this is the circus that you see from Meghan and Harry every single day. Dear Esther, again, mainstream media, they're not catching it.
I know he started using the word dude, which is different. And, you can just see a slight lapse in the way that he speaks. He doesn't speak with the kind of clipped accent that we're usually used to. And of course, I'm sure the influence of his children as well is quite prominent there. But I actually do think that this stems from his original training as someone who is effectively born and bred to meet dignitaries and to be a professional diplomat, to try and...
No, I think Esther is missing the point again. It is not because of his children. What do you mean? They don't even know how to speak. They don't talk. Maybe the surrogate invisible child Archie, maybe he does have an accent by now. I don't know. But then it is not an excuse for Harry to change his accent. They can learn his accent. What's the big deal in it? They can learn Meghan's accent if they exist. Again, if they exist. But guys, this is just becoming more of like a circus show. Harry wants attention. As I said, this whole tattoo thing he did for none other than PR purposes. His Invictus is going to be dying without Meghan's attention. People who tuned in to Invictus events, most of them, including myself, was to see what Meghan was doing, her circus and all this crap that she was putting up. But without Meghan Markle, Harry is nobody. This Invictus game will lose its publicity. I should say, not popularity, publicity. And so now Harry is doing all kind of weird acting, changing his accent, showing up at a tattoo parlor, doing a tattoo, popping up here and there. I think this is just becoming too much for people to take in. Some comments here. Thank you guys for your comments. I'll see you in the next video.